Well, you found a movie even crazier than All That Heaven
Again,
Allowed.
when I first saw this,
Cornerstone madness.
yeah, this is based on a true story too. This happened in
Wow.
This
1940.
movie is fucking insane.
It's the craziest goddamn thing.
I had never even heard of it.
Utterly insane.
It's available nowhere. I saw this in college, and
This is a Criterion disc.
and then once they sprung on me, and it's like I thought it was one of the nuttiest films I've ever seen in terms of at the period of time. And
it's reefer madness, but for
Yeah,
With
cortisone
cortisone.
madness.
it's bourgeois reefer madness.
And James Mason, I have never seen him throw a football. I've never seen him covered in sweat.
Uh-huh.
It's quite
He's
a
very
departure.
sweaty James Mason.
It's a very sweaty James
Yeah,
Mason.
I'm going to say one thing about this. He produced it, right?
Yep.
He was really big, and he got to pick his movie, and he picked this one. And he actually regretted doing it later. But I think he's a little miscast
100%.
because I think they want him as like a former football jock.
Yeah.
Because remember, he wears like a leather sweater and he throws the
Yeah.
football and talks about.
It's not convincing.
It's not convincing. It's like
No, it's just Humbert.
he's
Come on.
Humbert basically, which is nice for the creepiness in this because he is creepy as fuck in this film once the cortisone starts working.
Well, if you watch the added feature that you gave us,
Oh God bless you. I hope you did because it's.
I did.
That guy
He's
flips over every goddamn rock.
He does indeed. He's really smart and he's really good. He's a good writer. A little long-winded, I thought, in terms of that.
Oh no, too many rocks get flipped in that one.
Yeah, a lot of rocks. But he thinks that the casting of James Mason is actually solid and very purposeful.
Because he would never
because he
do
was
something like this.
because he wasn't supposed to be the starter on that football team.
Right. That's a good
He
point.
he was like the second backup on that football team. So no, he doesn't look like the big jock guy.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things they pointed out in
I
that.
actually love that moment where his son is like, "You lied. You told me that you were a football hero and you weren't. You were just the second backup. You were just the guy who happened to be there."
Right.
Like, I think the first 30 minutes of this movie, the last 30 minutes of this movie is great. And I think the middle addiction part fucking sucks.
So it's like a shit sandwich.
Yeah.
but that's it's a progression, and as he gets nuttier and nuttier, it is a little long in the middle in terms of him getting crazy, but it's still the film is only 85 minutes long.
Yes,
so
for sure.
We don't dwell too much on anything in this film. It's just like every time you see him, from the halfway point on, he's a little bit more insane.
And they do. I mean, they tee it up pretty well. Like, if you don't take this, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
then that comes up again. It's like, well, do you want him to quit taking it? He'll die.
He'll die.
The argument is that one of the things this film is talking about is medical malpractice.
This kid, he could probably stop taking it.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, that was insane. Also the backyard of that kind of on a hill with all the weeds everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
There's a class thing going on you don't see in 50s movies. There's that water heater in the kitchen.
Oh yeah, that's brought up in the
thing. Yeah,
in the
but
side,
the fact that they're
thing.
struggling, he has to have two jobs. I mean,
Yeah.
you didn't see that a lot back then.
No, it's explicitly about class. This movie.
God damn.
But it's people being performatively of a certain class.
Mm-hmm.
And actually
then
not being there.
And what it takes to keep that up.
Keeping up with the Joneses kind of thing, which is
drugs.
for people
That's
you don't
what
have
it takes.
Yeah.
Well, and
This was also like
Cortisone.
a movie about cocaine, really.
It's like
Yeah.
So, John, one of the things that I wanted to bring up in this that you teed me up for here is you're like, it's about drugs. She's on drugs too.
Yep.
Because at this point in time, you could just go to the store and buy pep pills,
Right.
which were
diet pills.
Valium.
which were marketed towards housewives
Right.
that were just amphetamines.
They're just speed, yeah.
And so when he's wants to take the bath and he's like, I could use one more kettle of water, and she goes, "You're not in the hospital anymore." It just fucking slams the door shut and it shatters.
Yeah.
That's a meth addict response. Like she goes from 0 to 100 like that.
Mhm.
Like they're
I
both
noticed that.
completely fucked up.
This movie's basically The Shining.
Yeah.
And in some ways,
Look at that shot behind Chris, man.
I
well,
mean,
no, This is the name of the movie is Bigger Than Life. This shadows in this scene are everything you need to know about what's going on here. We've got these
Once
gigantic
I realized, this is like some kind of weird, fucked up horror movie, I started enjoying it immensely.
Also, this is
how about that scene where he follows her through the house, turning off the lights in every room?
Jesus Christ!
It's so scary and threatening.
It is so odd.
I don't. As someone who suffers from migraines, I don't find it threatening because I 100% like yes, I will turn every light off.
But she's like trying to clear the dishes, and she's not done, and he just flips the light off.
No,
he says stop cleaning up. Like he doesn't want to deal with any of this right now.
Yeah.
And then they never get to the fight that they're supposed to have because he passes out.
Right. Also, there's a bit where they go out into the department store and they go buy her a nice dress they can't afford. And you find later on because a collection guy comes in later on. But the thing is, that dress becomes like her prison. She has to wear it all the time, and it's like
you didn't want me to wear it to church.
Yeah, it's just it's really again I've overused the word insane, but also that my favorite scene is the PTA meeting. Where he says we're raising a generation or a race of moral midgets, and the guy next to him is like, he's making a lot of sense.
Yeah,
it's like, and that's the thing, right? That's the whole transgression. It's like, did Cortisone open his mind up to new ideas?
No, he's always been this guy.
Did he
just gave him the balls to say it?
Did it drop his repression, or did something make him delusional? I can't tell.
He's always been this guy.
Yeah,
that might be a pie chart of all of the above.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I think he was always that guy, but he always kind of like kept his nose to the grindstone and kind of worked hard. But once the cortisone started working, he's like, "Oh, I've got ideas." What's at one point he says he's gonna. He was packing.
I've got ideas and Reddit and 4chan.
He was packing up his clothes. He's gonna move somewhere. And he's like, "Honey, do you have to do this?"
This guy turns into William Luther Pierce, the guy who wrote the fucking Turner Diaries.
Yeah, I know.
That's who this guy is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's radicalized himself.
Right.
Yeah,
I laughed a lot at this movie. I don't know if that was the intended response, but I laughed a lot. At this
That's
movie.
okay. It's all right. It's
pretty goddamn great. That big fight scene at the end where they go, the railing gives way and they come down off the stairwell.
Walter Matthau
for the win.
I know. Well, wait. We haven't even talked about how fucking magnificent. I should have pulled the screen. That coat that Walter Matthau is wearing about a third of the way into this movie.
Yeah.
When he's standing in the kitchen, and I'm like freeze framing so I could. What the fuck is that fabric?
Oh yeah.
It's something that only existed between 1952 and 1956, and then it turned out
I need that.
Then the factory burned down.
And then it turned out that making that gives you 7 kinds of cancer.
Yeah, probably. Now, again, the commentary
owning that coat's a war crime.
The commentary talked about this. That Matthau was kind of gay coded.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There is that scene where that other teacher and he walk arm in arm back into the PTA meetings. What is it? Teacher parents' night or whatever.
But he was kind of. This is Nicholas Ray. He was okay with it. He just simply put it in the film underneath the blanket. The same thing happens in Rebel Without a Cause.
Didn't Nicholas Ray have a gay relationship during the making of this film?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nicholas.
So of course he was fine with it.
No, he worked with James Dean, and the Rebel Without a Cause. There's
all kinds of gay subtext in Rebel Without a Cause.
So he was okay with it. It's like it's one of the things that kind of propels. Less this film. This is more about someone being badly diagnosed with an illness and given bad drugs. But there it is. But
this is only our second.
And he was given good drugs. Like the problem is that they fucked up the prescription for how much he should have, because at the end it's like, he'll get a very, very limited, very controlled prescription.
That's right.
Yeah, that's kind of a copy
which you're going to have to administer him. You have to administer him every day for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
It's like that's that merry-go-round again.
Which you, Lou, have to deal with. Not him. He's not allowed to be in charge.
Another movie where the main character goes through some kind of trauma, whether it's James Mason in this one or Rock Hudson in the last one, and comes out the other end looking like they've just had everything redone by the makeup department.
I don't know. I thought I looked kind of sweaty at the end.
But he looks sweaty this entire fucking movie.
Okay, that's true.
He's
Is
sweating
this-
right there.
Yeah,
Look
he's,
at this
he's
movie.
pretty damn
Look at
swarthy.
this. Look at this.
He's
look at this.
incredibly
Like, this is
swarthy.
He's
so-
very sweaty in this
Yeah,
movie.
he's got
so sweaty.
he's got surface contour everywhere, man.
Okay, so two things. First of all, is this our second Nicholas Ray movie?
Yeah, you
ever?
picked the other one, that one about the rodeos.
The Lusty Men with
Yeah, I
like
Robert
that.
Mitchum, right?
That's right.
That was all right,
Again,
yeah.
so there's some themes.
It's interesting. He made a lot of. He was one of those directors who, like Robert Wise, he could like do anything. He did a
Yeah.
lot of different. He didn't have a style. He didn't have a specific kind of genre he worked in.
No, he's a studio guy.
Yeah, he's a Studio A guy, so they get the A projects to give him the big ones. Yeah, because he made this movie's made money. You know, that's the thing. That's how it was.
The other thing that I learned watching the Jonathan Lethem, I was groping for his name. Jonathan Lethem's video essay about it. I had always assumed James Mason was from England. He's an American.
Yeah.
So he's
Wait,
just
what?
got that mid-Atlantic accent.
He's got that weird transatlantic accent.
Yeah.
It's
Wait,
bizarre.
what?
He's that's a mid-Atlantic accent. He's an American.
He's
Oh,
overeducated. That's all.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I also have a mid-Atlantic accent. I don't know.
I had no idea.
I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
I assumed he was British this entire time.
Well, I'll meet you at noon tomorrow for lunch.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Well,
dude,
Yeah,
if we
I learned something.
if we're
new
gonna
today.
remake
me
if we were
say
gonna
aunt.
remake this film, I would put Tad in it as a star.
Mhm.
I would. Yeah, I think you'd be perfect for this, man. Sorry, it's like, but it is a hell of a slice of that
It-
time,
Fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
and also the whole like we just invent these crazy drugs and here take this, it'll help you out. It's like
I mean, of
there
all
was
the
there were
things,
no
what is
restrictions,
wrong?
there were no FDA anything. So
Modern science, man.
I know it's insane.
All
It's
of
gonna
the
solve
things-
every problem.
I just, God damn it, forcing me to Google like cortisone side effects when taken internally.
Yeah,
Like, what the fucking fuck?
insanity.
Like, they couldn't come up with anything better than cortisone.
I know, but it
No,
works.
because it was the first thing they came up with. They come
Yeah.
up with better. Actually, by the time this movie comes out,
Came out,
they
yeah.
actually come up with better
They
things.
did. I put cortisone on
Um,
my legs to kind of get all the
I mean,
scratches off.
I
Well,
guess
external
benzos
use, yeah.
Benzos weren't really a thing yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nuts.
Yeah,
Amphetamine
I
sure
laughed
were.
my head off. I
Yeah.
like I had a way
Well-
better time watching this than the other one.
I thought his
It's nuts.
his descent was amazing. The very part at the end where it says maybe God was wrong. You know, at the end he's got the Bible out there and he's going to back.
Oh, yeah.
he's gonna whack his kid.
Oh, sorry,
Uh-huh.
sorry. I have to bring this up
Go you.
because this is actually, to me, a really interesting thing. The story of Abraham and Isaac in
Oh,
the
yeah.
Bible. We all know the story of Abraham and Isaac in the Bible.
Right.
Abraham gets told by God, take your kid out, sacrifice your kid,
Mhm.
your only son.
Right.
He takes him out. He goes to sacrifice him. An angel comes down and says, no, don't kill him. Here's a ram. Sacrifice the ram instead.
Okay. Well, hopefully you won't get mad if I cut this part down a little bit. We're a little off topic, but not entirely.
No, we're not off. We're not off topic because I'm specifically talking about the fact that he was like, God is wrong,
Uh-huh.
and it's like the actual story.
Is God
he
is
would
wrong?
have agreed
God is
with.
wrong. Yeah.
He would have
Right.
agreed. He would have agreed with
Mhm.
the original telling of it, and the rest of us would be like, "That's horrifying."
Does it make him wise or does it make him delusional? That's the
But at this point, I mean, and in history, at this
He's-
point in time, this would have been something that was only talked about in very high academic.
Yeah,
circles
right.
of biblical
Right.
Mhm.
So it's not like he would have had any understanding of that.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody in that scene is proceeding from the assumption that Abraham did not sacrifice his son.
Exactly.
But God stopped him. Said, "I just wanted to prove a point. Don't do it."
Yeah, right. Sounds fair. Okay, well,
And then he went upstairs with his scissors.
any other thoughts? This
Well,
was
sorry. Is it? This is a semantic question. Is it scissors at that point,
Oh, it's a scissor.
or is it scissor?
it turns into something else. That's for sure. But
Half a pair.
this film, even though it was done in CinemaScope 55, I don't think it's as pretty as the other one we watched. It's just kind of there's a weird
It's a backlot movie.
It's a
kind of
backlot movie, so it's
monochromatic.
actually everything like 3-point lighting, and it's like really bright.
I
and
think
it's-
I actually think this one looks better in a lot
Wow,
of
okay.
scenes than the other
Mm.
one.
Yeah,
I
it's
think the
not so-
Technicolor
the
I think the
push.
Technicolor nightmare of the other one is
Yeah.
just a little too
It's
much.
definitely
Also,
less-
the music is not as pushy as the other one.
It
It's
is-
and I
still
thought that
there.
like the shadow stuff, like disgust, like that stuff.
Yeah,
all-
the lighting's pretty evocative in this movie.
Well, yeah.
like,
Uh-huh.
this is a horror flick on many levels, and
No, and in some ways, Douglas Sirk puts emotion in by turning the color up.
Yeah.
Nicholas Ray turns the color down.
Yeah.
He
yeah,
puts a big key light in. It's like, okay, this is all raw emotion. It's like working with shadows that the expression.
Yeah, look how dark the shadows are behind on his face.
I know. It's like insane. All
I
right,
would
well,
put I would put this movie in the same vein as a movie I picked, which was The Stepfather.
Mhm.
Like,
yeah,
dude, that's fucking
100%,
not. Oh,
Yeah.
this is actually
100%.
the stepfather. They watched this movie. They're aware of each other. These two films.
Well, and
Yeah.
that movie does a similar thing where it
Mhm.
desaturates the color in a
Mhm.
lot of those scenes, so that when you have like the red blood and stuff like that, it pops
Right.
a lot more,
Mhm.
which obviously you couldn't do in this time. I mean, hell, they barely give him a bruise on his chin when he
Barely.
wakes up,
Yeah.
but like, yeah,
Barely.
Now,
I will say that in criticism of this thing, I enjoyed it the hell out of it, but the ending is such a race to the finish line. I mean,
is.
it's just like he comes out of the coma, and then it's just hug your child and daughter. Don't apologize for all the terrible shit you just fucking did.
Terrible.
No, at
shit.
that point, you're wondering if he's actually going to be able to pull out of this or not.
He said to his wife, "You're stupider than I thought you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm only staying in this for the child.
Uh-huh.
As far as I'm concerned, you don't
I've
He's
exist."
a
already
monster.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Divorce.
it's nasty.
Also,
man.
what do you think of? This is before we actually go to the cards. What do you think of Barbara Rush's performance in this? The wife.
I think she's pretty good.
50s heroine.
I think she was struggling. In some ways, she was struggling with kind of the limitations of the time. Had to be the dutiful mother, the dutiful mom, and the wife, that kind of thing. And that kind of like bottled her up a little bit in terms of her performance, because she had to be good all the time.
Right.
I think, she
supportive
does,
all the
I
time.
think she does. I actually think she
Taking the
does
high
pretty
road.
well in this movie because she is so hemmed in
Yes.
by the society that she is in
Mhm.
that you really feel some terror from her.
That's
of,
true.
like-
She's
Yeah.
she's a conduit for that.
right.
She has to keep up this appearances thing,
Uh-huh.
so she has to kind of like try to maintain while her husband gets more and more fucking deranged.
and the conversation she has with her son when she's like, we just have to make it like one more day.
Yeah.
And like you can see that she can see the precipice,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden the world comes crashing
Oh
down
yeah,
on her.
that's a good way
in
of putting
that
it. That's a
scene.
good way of putting it.
Like,
she
like
can-
she's almost there.
The goal she never can reach the goal in this. She's
Yeah.
always trying for it and never gets there.
Right.
It's like it must have driven like audiences insane.
Doesn't she try to call the doctor like on Friday?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you'll have to talk to him on Monday, and you're just like, oh no.
yeah,
Right,
pretty
and then
much.
she tries to call Wally,
Mhm.
and she can't get through to him.
Yeah.
And at that same moment,
She's so alone.
Her son's upstairs trying to take the phone into the bathroom.
Mhm.
Oh right.
Like I thought all of those parallels were actually quite good. I
Mhm.
think she did a pretty good job. Yeah, Mason's probably the one person I would say in this that I would cast with someone else.
Totally wrong.
Yeah, a little bit off. Just a
Did you
tiny bit
watch
off.
the Jonathan Lethem video?
Yeah, I did.
No, I-
See, he makes a great argument for why James Mason is the right thing, and it's partly that he doesn't feel like he belongs in this setting anyway. He's the one odd person in this milieu.
No, he's othered in this film.
He's othered in the
Yeah.
film.
Yeah,
and so
okay.
it's intentional.
All right.
And so
sounds
it's
good.
like, okay, I can kind of buy that. It's certainly an
Reaper
approach.
Madness-
The other
Reaper
approach would be to
Madness
like cast the high school football jock,
or have Jack Rock Hudson play him or something like that, right? Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe
Rock
not him.
Hudson's got his own otherness, you know.
Hey, Tom Ewell. Okay, I could throw out some names, but we won't do that.
Reefer
But-
Madness
Yeah,
was 1936. This was 20 years later. So I mean, like, think about how many movies I've watched about the protagonist goes off the fucking deep end because they're on some weird drug.
Yeah.
Like this is, I
But
guess,
this was
like,
illegal.
super
But this
early.
was illegal. This was a legal drug
Right,
prescribed by
prescription
a
drug.
doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
I
badly
mean, like, what
prescribed.
was that movie? Permanent Midnight. That's all prescription drugs, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, there's plenty of movies I've seen about people out of their gourd on prescription drugs, but this one did such
Is
a
that the
good
one with
job.
Ben
If
Stiller?
you don't take this, you will die.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, here's some LSD. Take a tab every day or you'll
Yeah.
die.
I laughed. I enjoyed it at the horror movie level.
you would be a more reasonable human being if that's what you were doing.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. All right. Well, let's go to the
I mean,
cards.
I love this guy.
think
This is
funny.
my favorite two picks of yours in a long time.
Oh, man,
I enjoyed
thank
that a
you
That was
lot.
a good double bill. Really,
I
good double
loved
bill.
the conversation. I just
Really
you
good
guys
double bill.
you guys all got something out of this, and that makes me really
did.
happy.
I did.
Because there's something in these old films that's below the surface, and
Mhm.
bringing it up and examining it, I think makes us better, film people or whatever you call it.